So if you want to make money on YouTube without monetization and not have to wait 6 to 12 months or whatever to get your channel to 1,000 subscribers and actually start utilizing your channel, brand new channel today, or even if it's a few years old, just start putting it to work so it starts making money for you today, then we discovered something a couple of years ago which has revolutionized the industry. And it's kind of a little hack. It's a kind of amazing thing that's going to transform your YouTube channel into a money-making machine, right? And I'm going to show you exactly how we do this today. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to place videos in front of your buyers, okay? And in front of people who want to buy your video, but not only on YouTube, but on Google, because Google's the #1 search engine, right? And Google owns YouTube. Obviously, YouTube generates income for Google, so YouTube's the second biggest search engine. Google's going to rank our YouTube videos straight away with this process I'm going to show you. And that means you get triple rankings on Google videos and YouTube, which means that you have the ability with what I'm going to show you to tap into an abundance of targeted traffic, right? So what it is we use a funnel. Okay, now this is the most revolutionary funnel on the planet because it actually delivers traffic. The funnel itself delivers traffic on autopilot for free. Now, in a minute, I'm going to actually show you how you can download the pre-built, done for you funnel, and then you just drop in your product, right? I'll show you that in a minute. But before that, I want to explain what this funnel does. Now, what we do is we create 10 videos and then we drop them into here. Now, these will keep videos on page 1 for many years, and I'll break down how that works in a minute. It builds a highly engaged email list that get open, sells products and services on autopilot without ads, so you don't need to pay money for ads. The funnel itself becomes a free lead magnet. It gives you omnipresence because it pushes all your videos together, so you start showing up on Google videos and YouTube in positions 1, 2, 3, and 4. It makes sure that you get a very highly engaged email list, which is vitally important. You also become the ultimate authority in any niche, and it's a 100% free retargeting campaign, keeping you top of mind for 10 days. It increases your conversions, giving you 20 sale points instead of just 1, and reduces refund requests by up to 400%. Now, if that's piqued your interest, I'm going to break down how you build this funnel in a minute so you can understand how it works. And like I say, I'm going to give it to you so you can actually go and import it. But I just want to quickly show you how this has changed my business, right? We promoted Groove and we made over $300,000 in sales, and we did most of that in the first year. I've used this funnel to promote many affiliate products and get in the leaderboards, right? You can see all my listings showing up on the front page of Google. And now they're sort of putting them in 4-packs. And you can see here, we've got Kartra webinar, Jam Ever webinar, and I always get in the leaderboards for all the products I promote. We recently just came off the launch of ClickFunnels 2.0, and I basically was placing my videos all over the front page. We generated in 10 days, $125,000 with just 10 videos, and we got 997 active referrals. Pretty cool, huh? And on the day here, bearing in mind, this was kind of one of the biggest products in our industry during one of the biggest anticipated launches for the last year or 2 years. Right in the middle of this launch, this plugin tells us who has the authority according to Google and YouTube for that search term, right? So on this day, I was number 3 on the whole planet, and I'd never ever promoted ClickFunnels directly before. And I've managed to gain some authority with this, right? And you can see here, this was the elite leaderboard. On this day, I was number 7. I was kind of going up and down, but I actually ended up finishing 13th on this leaderboard amongst some of the biggest players in the industry with a very small channel just using this, right? So pretty cool. I've also used this process to promote and sell my own products over the last 2 years. And we've got a double 2 Comma Club award in 7 months. We can't apply for another one because we're still using the same funnel. So we have to wait till we get to 10 million, which we're well on our way to doing. I've spoke at some of the most prestigious events around the world, showing people this process, right? And you can see, here's my YouTube channel. I actually don't have a massive YouTube channel. I have less than 10,000 subscribers on my channel. So what I want to do is break this down so you kind of like understand exactly how this works. Now, like I say, this is the only funnel on the planet that's actually going to deliver you an abundance of targeted traffic, because we can utilize Google and YouTube, not just for our products, but for our competitors' products. We can actually rank videos in front of our competitors. We can rank videos in front of the problems that people have that are going to be resolved by them purchasing your product. So we can go and start solving those problems and then give them a link, right? And then we can start putting the videos in front of the reasons why people need to buy the product as well. So we have an abundance of ways of generating traffic, and we can target any kind of niche that needs that product, right? So you kind of open up so many doors. Like, you know, if all of my students went for the same product, they still wouldn't scratch the surface, because Google and YouTube obviously dominate for searches. It's obviously the biggest search engines on the planet. So I'll break this down exactly how this works. So what we do is we create 10 videos on our channel. Let me just go back a bit. We create 10 videos on our channel, right? And those 10 videos, we're going to be basically building know, like, and trust around our products. So we would be creating these videos, and then once we've done that, we're going to drop them into this funnel. Right, and what we'll do is from there on in, all of these videos are going to be offering, in the video itself, we're going to say to people, you know, go and get my free 10-day course on whatever these videos are about, right? And by doing that, what happens is that people then come to our opt-in page. Now, this opt-in page basically is going to say to them, you know, here's the 10-day course. They'll give us an email address, and then what happens is this funnel gets to work, and this is where it becomes super powerful, because these videos are embedded from YouTube but into these funnel pages. Now, because we don't sell on any of these videos, we just put a link to our products in the email and below the video to book a call or to buy our product or to, you know, attend our webinar or whatever it is the next step for them. We're going to put a link for that. Now, that's all we do. We leave it very, very soft. We don't do any hardcore selling, because what's going to happen is that as people watch more and more videos, they start building know, like, and trust with you. And as they build know, like, and trust with you, they then want to go and click these links and take the next step. Okay, it's kind of a natural progression rather than a forced progression. So it makes it a really lovely way to do business, right? Because people want to buy from us rather than us pushing stuff down their throat. But they also want this content because we're delivering value, right? Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting, right? As people watch these videos, Google and YouTube goes, that video is being watched, but we're not serving it up. So therefore, that is an important video and it needs to come up the search engines, right? So it's going to look at the video where it needs to be ranked and it's going to push it up. Right? And then obviously the same thing happens on the next video. The same things happen on the next video. And what that means is that every single one of those videos where they were sort of down here on the search engines, they start creeping up very, very, we've seen these go crazy within about 4 to 6 weeks, right? So it starts to go up and then it goes up. And then suddenly you've got more traffic coming in here. And as you've got more traffic, it pushes it up even further. And then more traffic. And then suddenly you're at the top of the search engines, right? The biggest search engines on the planet for, you know, Google, YouTube, with your actual product placement. So somebody who's going to buy your product next week doesn't even know it yet. They're going to be basically they're going to be putting that search term in Google and YouTube, going to land on your video, and you're there. You're ready and you're going to be serving them, and then they're going to opt into your funnel, and then they're going to buy. And we've seen people go through 2 or 3 days of this before they buy like crazy. This skyrockets sales. But not only that, it self-polices. Because all this traffic's now coming in, Google never moves them from the top of the search engine, right? And anybody can come in with any of the, you know, other tactics on the planet to try and outrank you, but they can't. And actually, most people aren't. This is a massive, massive blue ocean. Unless you've learned this from me, everybody's ignoring this. But the most important place on the planet is the front page of Google and YouTube. Most people don't even bother with it because they don't think they can get anywhere near it. But this does it, right? But the second thing is the most important medium right now, and the thing that people consume the most of is video. So it's the biggest search engines with the best medium, and it's a blue ocean. Nobody's taking, like, in the next year or two, I think everybody's going to be going crazy for this as more and more videos appear on the front page of Google, as they have been the last couple of years. But right now, nobody's paying attention. This is how you clean up, and this is how you get those crazy sales that I get, right? So, I'll just talk through how this works. So by self-policing, it keeps the videos on page 1 for many years. Now, this builds you a highly engaged email list. Now, I wanted to ask you this question, right? What's the number one thing that people will make someone open an email, right? What's the number one thing? Now, I was actually a speaker at an event a couple of months ago, but I was sitting in the audience when this other speaker came on and asked this. And I thought, oh, I know this. It's the title. So I put my hand up and I didn't get chosen, but somebody answered the title as well, right? And I thought, a little tick in my brain, I've got that. I've nailed it. I was wrong, right? And I should know this, but I didn't. The actual number one thing that gets your email opened is your name, right? People are going to basically open emails from people they want to open from because we get so much, don't we? We get so much spam. And that's so true. And this basically starts to build that yes ladder of them opening your emails, right? They're opening, right? Now, the thing is obviously they're building know, like, and trust with you on video as well. So they're getting to know you. I've had people come up to me at events and talk to me like I'm their best friend and I've never met them before, right? Because of this funnel. It's kind of crazy. Now, it sells products and services on autopilot without ads, because as all of these start going up the search engines, and like I say, 4 to 6 weeks, we can see this really compound, then this is your ad machine. You don't need to spend a single penny on ads. People always ask me, like, what's your ROI? Well, I have to run ads to give that answer, because my I, which is investment, right? Return on investment is zero. I never spend a penny on any of this. I mean, I spend money on like software and things like that, but I don't spend any money on this. This is free. This is all free advertising. It's kind of weird. Now, this becomes a free lead magnet. So a lot of people are kind of trying to think of clever ways to get people's email address, right? They have to build these lead magnets, these PDFs, these things like that. Well, this is the lead magnet, right? With no extra work. We just put in our 10 videos and then suddenly we say, get my free 10-day email course, right? That is your lead magnet. And it's a very good one as well because people use it, right? Obviously, as somebody comes through this, we don't switch this off, by the way. When somebody goes and buys our product, right? And I've put affiliate product here, but it could be any type of product, right? But when somebody goes to buy this product, right, you'll actually notice that that we don't switch this off, right? And as people come through here, you'll notice that they're watching this. They buy the product, but we carry on because we're not selling in a hardcore way. And Google and YouTube recognize that the same IP address is watching all these videos. So what it does is it kind of looks at the data and it says, well, these all need to be together because they're kind of relevant, because this person is watching all these and this other person's watching all these and this other person's watching all these. Well, these are relevant. These are relevant to these people, right? So when someone else puts a search term in, we need to keep them all together. And that's how you get that kind of weird omnipresence where you start showing up in all the positions, like I showed you with my listings, right? Now, the other thing as well, if you go, like, depending on what niche you're in, will depend on how much you pay for a lead, right? If you go and put a Facebook ad up, it's going to cost you a certain amount per lead. If you put something else up, it's going to cost you a certain amount. Now, a couple of things happen here. Quite often, somebody will give you a fake email address, right? Who has a fake email address that they give when they don't want to get so much spam, right? Yeah, me too, right? So quite often when you put an ad out, it costs you a lot of money to put that ad out, but quite often someone's going to give you a fake email address, right? Because they're like, I don't want to give you that. However, right, if you're giving them something of value, which means they've got to log in every day, because this is a 10-day email course, and they've got to go over to that other email address, they're more likely to give you the one that suits them best, which is their actual email address, which is the one we want, right? So it makes your email list super, super valuable, right? My channel does multiple millions, but it doesn't actually have the biggest email list in the industry. But in terms of profit, I'm up there. Like, because I know that we don't spend any money. I haven't actually spent any money on ads in the last 2 years. We're going to do some. We've got a fun experiment we're going to be doing, but we haven't done it, right? Just because we haven't needed to. It's kind of funny. And you suddenly start to stand out. Now, when I actually was promoting Groove a couple of years ago, I noticed this product, and I noticed Mike Phil Same, somebody who I knew in the industry. He'd created a lot of the software we all use. And I was like, okay, I'm going to promote this. It's a launching product. I'm going to promote it as a case study for my students, actually, and just show them how it works. So I did that. I promoted it, and we got loads of sales. And I put up a video on Christmas Eve, and I got a sale like 20 minutes later. And then Christmas Day, I got 2 sales. And then so on Boxing Day, I put up another video. I was actually at my mum's at the time. And then, so I just had my laptop. It was kind of like really basic video, but I just like did a screen share and just spoke over the top, right? And then I kind of carried on doing this. And then in the new year, the affiliate manager there reached out to me and he was like, "You're our number one seller." And I was like, wow. And he said, and Mike Phil Same says hi. I was like, whoa. And he said he wants to get on a call with you and find out what you're doing. And then they come up with this concept of Groove Digital Presents, right? Which is their kind of weekly call that they do. They used to do it every Friday. I think they now do it on a Wednesday. And I was the very first guest speaker because I'd started promoting this product. I'd started building authority around this product for them and was a big asset to them. And obviously I became friends with Mike. And in turn, he gave me some private consultation. He helped me with some of my marketing. Incredible, right? And I knew he was like, a very big name in the industry. I was nobody. And yet I got to build some authority, right? So you think of kind of the doors that can open up when you put this to work, right? It's kind of amazing. And this becomes a retargeting campaign. Now, you might want to switch on retargeting ads on Facebook. They're usually the cheapest form of ads because they're red hot, right? Having said that, this does it anyway. Because when somebody opts in for this, we're retargeting them, but they're coming to us for the retargeting, right? They're opening the emails because we're delivering value, value, value. So it keeps you top of mind for 10 days and years. Because when somebody sees something else from you, down the road, they remember you because they've spent 10 days hanging out with you, right? Pretty cool. And this has got 20 sale points. So we will have a link here and we will have a link in all the emails and in all the pages to that, right? So, there's no doubt that they've got this. In fact, we have a strategy on here that we pre-frame the sale with very soft on this bridge page, right? So we'll just let them know, there's a button if you want to go there, right? Pretty cool. And when people buy, because they're coming to us, they don't refund, right? Now, my refund rates for all my products, I think, from what I've gathered from everybody I've spoken to, is the lowest in the industry. It's like 0.05% refunds because people buy from you when they build know, like, and trust, and they don't want a refund because they've already gathered all that information that they need, right? It's not been like a kind of going buy this really quickly now, and it's like building that know, like, and trust. So it reduces refund requests, right? So what I want you to do now, right, is if you're kind of intrigued by this and you want to grab this funnel, now we have free live weekly group coaching, right? And there's no charge for this, no credit card whatsoever. So if you go to helpmegetleads.com, right, and you'll get this, and you'll also get my 24-hour ranking system, which is a 997 course. We'll also give you access to our community, and also we've got a 4-day Google ranking challenge, so you can go and put your first listing on the front page of Google and get that aha. Now, on the thank you page, you'll be able to see how to grab the magic traffic funnel I just went through and download it, and then you'll get the full strategy on how to build it, import it, one click, and put your videos in. And you'll also get a free month access to my gold membership, and that's on the thank you page. So yeah, just go to helpmegetleads.com and we'll be able to do that. And by the way, this next video here is vital for your success, so I would go and watch that right now.